Hey everybody, I am finally home. We are so excited to be home. I love you. And I love you. I'm just hanging out with Bandit. Lordy, I love you too, buddy. Wow, totally distracted now because he just keeps interrupting. Hey, Bandit. So, Bandit and I are working on putting some new phrases. Some of his phrases on cue. Some things that he already says, and one of the things I really want to put on cue with him is when he says baby boy. So, I can't focus at all. So this one is already on cue. I obviously haven't given the cue. That was so close. That was Bandeo or something like that. Anyways, anytime he says baby boy, I am going to click my clicker that I snuck in here and give him a treat. And he did pretty well with it the other day. Well, it wasn't the other day. It was like weeks ago. But you know how it goes. So I thought I'd let you guys kind of see, like, this is an example of a capturing training session where I'm just kind of waiting for him to offer the behavior and then I'm planning to capture it. So because he knows that we're kind of training, I think he knows I'm not that sneaky. He is offering things that he knows usually gets treats, but then he's also trying other things to try to figure it out. So it's been a couple weeks since I've worked on it with him, so hopefully he says it. He said it once, and it was literally right before I started the video, so I wish I could reward him for this, but then he would just do this non-stop, which he's already close to doing, so yeah. But it's good to be home. It's good to be back with his baby. That's another thing I want to put on cue is like he just mimics that. He just goes. So I like it. I want to put everything on cue because everything's adorable from you, huh? So love Bandit. Not quite. Can you say baby boy? Baby boy. I also want to put his whispering on cue because I haven't seen a lot of that, and he is such a good whisperer. Like, he's a very clear whisperer, which I love. Are you worried about the shadows and stuff? Maybe I need to turn on a light so that he calms down because I am pet sitting this weekend for my parents. So I have their dog here, and he was our dog, Diesel. A lot of you guys know of him. And anyway, he's all black, so he just kind of looks like this scary shadow. So I'm going to turn on another light so that Bandit can calm down a little bit. Let's see. Can you lay down, Dee? You're making him all uncomfortable. Okay. So our birds are really good. I was happily surprised to like come home and not have anybody mad at me, especially this guy, because this is the one that if anybody's gonna be mad, it's gonna be him and ROCKO. It's like the ones that love me the most get pissed at me the most. But yeah, all the birds are really, really great. Jinxie was so cuddly before I left. It was so hard to leave him. And I came back and he was still the cuddly poof ball that I left. So, can't wait to cuddle him. I was actually between him and Jinx, Bandit and Jinx that I was going to bring in here for the live video. And I decided on Bandit because I brought Bondi and CRESSI in earlier for a video I filmed. And I didn't want Bandit to be mad. Jinx doesn't get mad at me as easily. So, anyways, that's how it went. No, baby boy. I love the baby boy. Can you just say baby boy? Can you just say baby boy? So I'm going to show him the clicker. That is like how I call him for flight training. That's like when he says that, it's, yeah. I love you, buddy. I wish you would say baby boy so I could reward you. As far as how many parrots we have 6 with us right now. 6? I'm gonna go with that one. I don't know. You guys heard how it was like baby boy, but I mean it's on the right track, right? So, yeah. But so we have we have our 2 Galahs with us, 1 African Grey, and 3 Macaws with us currently, and then we have our Toucan ROCKO and our doves. So, yeah. But can you say baby boy? Hello, Bandit. So this is kind of what he does when, this is why capturing can take so long, especially if your bird already knows a behavior, because as soon as you click and reward, they're like, oh, we're training, and then they start offering stuff they already know. So it makes capturing so long. Yeah. So our Sun Conures, I'm really excited. They're still in Moab. So before we left, we had dropped them off with Susan Hilliard at Flying Colors Aviary at her place in Moab. And I was really hoping they would want to free fly with her Sun Conures. And 2 of them are. So Phoebe is the only one that like hangs back and doesn't want to participate. But the other 2 are free flying. They actually fly around all day and they come back in the aviary at night. Super excited. And Susan and I were just talking the other day. We're thinking that it might take 1 more season for Phoebe to catch on and like start doing it too. Phoebe's always been the one that's like very skeptical. She's the least likely to participate. She's the last to like catch on to stuff with training. So, and she's the least social. So that's probably playing a role in it all. But I'm pretty sure and I'm pretty confident that Susan will have them all flying by next season together. So, yeah. And then as far as Crash, no, did you guys hear that? That was such a good one. Sorry, if I seem like I'm halfway here, it's because I'm like listening and waiting for him to do that. So, hey buddy, let me turn this heater off because I feel warm. Crash and Ace we had kind of at the same time as like foster birds. Now he's like, I'm serious about training, teach me something. Can you say baby boy? I was just gonna wait for you to do stuff, buddy. Okay. Alright, let's train. He really wants to train. So, alright, let's show them all your tricks. Should we show them all your tricks? I don't even know if I remember all your tricks. Can I have a kiss? Good boy, buddy. So Crash and Ace we kind of had at the same time as like foster birds. And what happened, we learned that we couldn't really adopt birds because the travel was really stressful on them. Oh yeah, you know how to spin, huh? Oh, let's try again. Wait, no, this one. Okay, but it's not very clear, bud. Do you remember that one? Good boy. So when I kiss Bandit, he's supposed to say I love you. It took him a second. We're like, do you remember that one? He also rolls over, but I don't know if he'll do it right now because I have Diesel in the room. But let's go to a different room where you can do it, okay? Let's take you somewhere where everybody can watch you roll over because it's so cute. Do you want to? Do you want to? Come on. We'll go show everybody. Oh, actually, maybe we'll just put Diesel out of the room. So, Dee, you gotta go. Bandit, you can stay. Okay, guys, so let's see if Bandit will roll over because it's seriously my favorite trick ever. I really need to teach our macaws to do this. Okay. Let me grab a couple treats for you, buddy. Over this way so they can see you. Over this way so they can see. Wait, I wasn't ready. Okay, now. Good boy. Good boy. Let's see how well you guys can see that. Hopefully you guys are still there. Okay, let's try it again. Ready? Bam. Good boy. Good job, Bandit. Good job, buddy. All right, so I'm going to try to read your guys' stuff. I cannot really see it. Can I have a kiss? What? Can I have a kiss? Good boy. All right. It's so hard to keep up with your guys' comments. Let me see if I can read one. I'm going to give him a few treats so I can try to read these. And I'll switch you guys around so you can see him instead of me. Are there some things like being held on their back that cannot be trained? My son does not tolerate it, and I can't seem to get him to do it. I've clicked and trained other things. So Sun Conures are really, really playful. I would say if you could get your conure to do it naturally within play, and then like click and reward, that would be cool. That's actually how I trained Bandit to roll over. I'll show you as much as I can. So Bandit, like, as most of you know, Bandit and I play all the time, and I used to just like roll him over. I used to put my hand over him and like roll him over. And okay, buddy. Sorry, I gotta give him some training and treats and attention in between so he doesn't get pissed. But what I did was I actually put my hand over him one time to go flip him over, and he did it by himself. He just like did it before I even got there. And so I clicked and rewarded, and then eventually that became the hand cue. So that is the hand cue. I'll try to show you guys. Bandit. Can you come over here? Bam. So that's the hand cue. That's why, is because it started in play, and I would go and I would like play with him and do all this sort of stuff, and then I would reach over and flip him over. And he just like one day, literally, it was the cutest thing ever. He just went like, whoop, before I even got there, and I laughed so hard. I just started clicking and rewarding it, and it was all in play. So if you like, for me, I love training things that my birds do naturally. Because one, it's more fun for them, and two, it's more creative. Like, that's just kind of how it happens, and if they enjoy it, then I enjoy it. Did you see that other one? It's right here. The carpet is like the same color as our pine nuts. So there you go, buddy. So let me see if I can go. Yeah, and then how I trained the rollover with Bondi is actually completely different. I can show you guys since we're interested in rollover training. I do have like free videos on YouTube about it, but if you guys can hang tight, I'm gonna go switch out Bandit for Bondi, and I'll show you how I trained her to roll over. I will just be right back. Hey, buddy. All right, so Bandit will be back. Well, Bondi will be back in his place. I will be right back, guys. Sorry it's gonna be boring for a sec. Okay. So just to re-emphasize how I trained Bandit with the rollover, like how to roll over was all through play, and he just kind of did it one day through us playing and like physical manipulation and just all fun. Bondi's completely different. She is like a girl to the core, but she really doesn't like rough housing. Like everything has to be really gentle with her. So I trained her the more generic way you would train rolling over. So I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. Let me just scroll and make sure I didn't miss anything. So, okay. So Bondi, I think, is 11 years old. How old are you? I think she's 10 years old. And so that means Bandit is like, are you 10? No, you got to be 11. You're 11 years old, so Bandit's 8 or 9. I think he's 9. He's like the annoying younger brother sort of thing. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how I trained Bondi to do this. And you can see that the cues are completely different based on how I trained them to do this. So I'm going to set you guys on the ground. I know, Bondi like loves when people talk. She's hilarious for interviews. When we do TV and stuff, she's like agreeing and disagreeing with everything the whole time. Okay, so with Bondi, and this tactic or training method works best with birds that step up super easily, okay? So they have to be really good at stepping up. So, how am I gonna show this? So Bondi would step up, like I would ask her to step up like that. Good girl. And instead of having her step up, I would just kind of hold on to her foot for a second, click, and reward. And then you basically extend that with like small approximations until eventually I was tilting her over. Oh my gosh. So yeah, she knew what I was talking about or what I'm talking about and everything. So basically I would have her like step up and then I would have her tilt and tilt and tilt until she was tilted all the way over onto her back, and then I would let her get up the rest of the way, but encourage her to keep going. So a lot of birds, sometimes they'll roll over and then they'll roll back up that way, and I wanted a solid like follow through rollover. So now her cue is totally different from Bandit's. Bandit's was like the hand above me. Hers is this to the side. So you can see, and what happened was basically I started off having her step onto my hand, and then I just, when she was solid to go to roll over, they get to a point where they like touch it, they realize you want them to roll over, and so they just do it, and you can slowly back your hand further and further away until you can just do something like that's far away where you don't have to touch them. Good job, girly. Here, you can have the rest. That was awesome. Here, let me put them down here for you. There you go. Yeah. So, and you can see like how Bondi nods and everything. That was really easy for us to put on cue. Like that's an example of something that she just does naturally. If you guys saw Bandit with me, he doesn't do that. So Bondi does, and so we were able to put, oh wait, don't do it, not yet. I'm not asking you. We put this on cue because she's a head nodder, so it was really easy to put something natural on cue. So that's kind of what I mean, where if you can encourage your bird to just offer it on its own, and then you can put it on cue, I'm all about those tricks. Oh, she still wants to work. So yeah, but it's a lot of fun to like put the tricks that they do naturally anyway on cue. It's just, for me, I just find more enjoyment out of it. And I honestly think the animals do too. I was just reading a magazine talking about how a lot of people do that in animal training. If they just work off of what their animals offer naturally, it's more fun, and it's actually a lot of the times more inventive. So it's pretty cool. Do you want to come up here, girly? Yeah? And okay. And I am using pine nuts as treats. They're expensive. But they're the perfect size for just like a one reward. So this is a pine nut. They're just a really great size. You don't have the mess from like a shelled sunflower seed, and they consume it and they really like it, and it works for us. So yeah, sometimes I use pieces of almond or walnut or something just to change it up, but for the most part, our primary reward are pine nuts, and our jackpot rewards are either a handful of pine nuts or an almond. You want to come up? Bunny boo. Bunny boo, girl. Bunny boo. And she talks as well. She has a totally different voice. So Bandit, you heard, he learned how to talk from me. Bondi actually learned how to talk from Dave. So I have like 2 treats left to see what we can get out of her. We'll see if we can get her to talk. You say, hey, cutie. Bondi, you say, hey, cutie. So that was Hey Cutie. She's harder to understand and she has a more like high-pitched voice. It's really interesting. She's not as clear. But I was really precise when I worked on talking with Bandit. Some of you may have followed it, but I taught him in like pieces. So bay, bee, and then boy, stuff like that. So he learned like very, very precise, whereas Bondi not so much. You wanna try again? Hey cutie. You say hey cutie. You say hey cutie?
I'm gonna help you, Mommy.
I think she's not saying it because she got distracted with you in here. My daughter just came in the room, so now Bondi was like, not doing it. You say hey cutie. Can you say hey cutie? No? Not happening. We'll do something else. We'll do this one. Like you're a bat. So, yeah. But anyways, I just wanted to say hi to you guys. I'm going to take off for now because family calls. But yeah, thanks everybody for joining us, and hopefully these tips and tricks helped you guys. Again, I have more detailed videos on YouTube, so if you're looking for more training and stuff, I talk about how I trained my birds to do everything that they know on there. You'll find it. Talk to you guys later.